I'm Annette, and I'm the president of Wave Sound and Vision. We deliver electronic goods over the web. And when I come into the office in the morning, the first thing I do is I log into my portal because I want to find out the big picture. I want to find out how my business is doing. So the first thing I do is I look in my sales and marketing because that's going to provide me with my biggest picture, my overall view. So I'm going to look at my gross profit analysis by channel. And when that chart comes up, I can see very easily that my e-commerce channel is doing very well. I've got all my channels, my direct sales, my mail order, that type of thing, my telesales, but it's e-commerce that's doing really well. So now that I've seen that e-commerce is doing so well, I want to have a look at who's buying on my website and what are they buying. So why don't we look at the customer profiles and my product interest on my website report. So I can see very quickly here that my accessories line is doing very well. Now the accessories line has cables, connectors, batteries, that type of thing. So it makes sense that those low-touch items are actually moving over my website. But what I'm really interested in is my sites line. Now those are my DVDs, my stereos, my camcorders, I guess. And those are the type of an item that you kind of need to experience it, don't you, before you purchase it over the website. It's interesting to me that those sell so well. So here we can see it's actually my flat panel TVs have sold the most. So let's have a look in there. And here's my 4 types of flat panel TVs, and I'm going to change to the region dimension so that I can see where they're selling. And it's actually the Northeast US, and in fact if we drill into that we can find out that it's actually in New York. So now I'd like you to change my dimension again so we can find out the age of who's buying these flat panel TVs over my website. So it's my 30 to 39 year olds, and now I want to find out the gender. So I'll have you isolate that and then change the dimension to gender, so I can find out exactly who is buying these. All right, so it's males. Well, that's not rocket science. I have a lot of males, 30 to 39 years old, buying my flat panel TVs. That makes sense. But what's interesting to me is that they're doing it over the internet. So let's drill through for some more information so maybe I can determine why this is happening. So now what's going to come up is a report that shows me that, in fact, I ran an e-marketing campaign. It was called Big Screen for Big Boys. And we ran that in New York. It was highly successful. So now I can take that information, run that same campaign maybe in California or Illinois, somewhere else, and it'll probably be successful. But what's also interesting about this report is at the end here I can see that we've had a lot of those flat panel TVs returned. And the reason that people are returning them is because there's a bad chip problem. So could you find out which supplier is supplying me with those bad chips? So now I'm pulling up a new supplier scorecard. It's going to give me information about my suppliers and how much return quantity I'm getting, how much damage quantity is coming in. And I can see here across my product types that it's actually, I've got some red and yellow swatches above the sites line to show me that it's coming in below the threshold that I've set. And that makes sense because the sites line is where the flat panel TVs were coming from. So if you can drill in on my sites line, I'd like to determine who are my suppliers for my sites line. And I have 3 of them, but the one that's doing really poorly is Cybertech Corporation. They've given me a lot of damage quantity recently, so if you can drill in on that, I'll see if there's some more information behind that. So now I can see that actually Cybertech has been supplying me with damage quantity. I knew that already, but a lot of it has been coming in the 4th quarter. So I'm pretty upset about this. I'm getting a lot of returns. That's not good business. So what should I do with my supplier? Well, I could easily go out and choose another supplier. But in fact, we've had a long-standing relationship with Cybertech. So what I'm going to choose to do instead is to share this information with them, give them a chance. So if you could publish that report, please, into the Cybertech's news box. What I'm doing now is I'm dumping that report into a news box, and I've allowed Cybertech, my supplier, to come in through the extranet and cross my firewall to get this report so they can see, okay, we've been supplying damaged goods. Maybe they can enhance their chip. They can do something to strengthen the relationship that we have going on.
Okay, so as Annette mentioned, I'm coming back, assuming the role of the supply chain manager for Cybertech Corporation, who is a supplier for Wave. So we go to Wave's homepage, and I'm going to log in as Cybertech into the extranet where they're sharing their corporate information with me as one of their business partners. So you'll notice when the portal comes up that it's a very comfortable environment for me. They've customized it with my colors and my logo, so it's all my look and feel. Now I'm going to take a look at my Cybertech news box and see if there's any new reports. And there is. And there's one that's damaged quantities, so that doesn't sound very good. I better take a look at that. I guess I've been sending them a lot of damaged components, especially in Q4 of last year. I can see that almost half of my pie chart here is damaged components from the most recent quarter. And I know that's not acceptable. My competition is only a click away, so who's to say Wave isn't just going to pick up a new supplier? Now, I know we've had a long relationship with Wave, so I appreciate them sharing this information with me so that I have a chance to do something about it. But I just need some more detail. First, I'm going to have to know which component it is that's defective. So if I look at my component failure report, which they've also shared with me, this is from Wave, they're trying to tell me that the V-chip in their flat panel TVs is failing. So what I need to do as a supply chain manager is go back to production, have them halt all production and shipping of this component, and we've got to start manufacturing something that's going to be successful in their flat panel TVs. Because if Wave can be successful as a company, then Cybertech can be successful as a company, and that's what strong e-business relationships are about. Now, I'm just going to summarize for you what we've shown you. Annette and I have shown you the Cognos Enterprise Business Intelligence Solution for e-business. What we've done is shown you how two companies, Wave and Cybertech, have been able to make better decisions and build stronger and better e-business relationships by using our EBI solution for e-business. And they've done that through seeing, uniting, and sharing their business. Cognos has what it takes to make you e-business winners.